I'll take the green microphone. How's everyone doing today? Miami, Florida, and I am doing well, thank you. Yeah. Thanks to these guys, we have microphones and music. Let's give them a big hand. Let's see, why don't you come up here, Incredible Hulk? Step up here real quick, right over here. Dressed up as Incredible Hulk. I just want to say hi. He's been here. He's helped me out, do the booth and stuff. Come over here. All right. And what's your name?
Dominic. Dominic.
Dominic. All right. And what color are you wearing?
Green.
That's good enough for me. Thank you, sir. All right. Well, we have a Q&A today. I was going to take red because I was the red Zeo. Let me see. There's only been an orange Ranger. Well, how many times? Like once? Was there? One time. See that, man? Look at that. Power Ranger trivia right here. First of all, guys, I'd like to welcome you. We had a karate class. Who was in the karate class earlier? Yeah. Who's coming to karate class next time? Yeah. I don't see all the hands. I know it's Sunday and I know you guys were partying. So who's not here? Raise your hand. You're not here. Welcome. All right. Very good. Well, we thought we'd start with some questions and answers or anything like that because this is a Q&A.
Let's line up and have the questions right here.
Oh, through the voice, I was like, Zordon? Is that you? You know,
sorry, Tommy.
The good thing about me and Zordon is that I don't have time to go to the command center, so we Skype. You know? We're like, hey, Zordon, what's up? Man, I'm busy, man. Send me a text later. Back in the old school days, we'd have pagers and be like, oh, man, Zordon's paging. Anybody remember pagers? Man, that's old school. I saw a few photos with me and, what's his name, Eric Estrada with Chips, and, you know, I was rolling like high pants and a belt, and I had my pager on the side, and I was like, whoa, that's old school. I did used to watch Chips. Anybody used to watch Chips? Very few people. Sorry, Eric. I used to watch Chips. I also used to watch Knight Rider, if you guys want to know a little bit about my shows. I'm going to tell you a funny story one time, and who cares if David Hasselhoff is watching, it doesn't matter. When I was 8 years old, I loved, you know, shows like you guys loved Power Rangers at the time. So I had a chance to see the kit car at Universal Studios. And so I was like, whoa, I was only 8, keep that in mind. So that's like sitting in the Dragon Zord, right? And so I sat in the car and it was like, hello, Jason. And I was like, whoa, man, the car's talking to me. And I'll mention why Knight Rider was an influence on me becoming an actor. And so anyway, I stepped outside the car and David Hasselhoff was there. And of course I was like, whoa. And I reached out to say hi to him, like, hey, David. And he was just like, you know, he walked by. Now, maybe he didn't see me, but as an 8-year-old kid, I was very depressed and sad, like, he was right there. So I got a chance to see him when I was older at the Hollywood Parade. I did the Hollywood Parade with all the actors, like, hey, you know, sitting on a car. So he was in the backstage, and of course, I wanted to make myself feel better. So I walked up, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I went. And of course, I was like, yes, I feel way better now. But the reason why I mentioned Knight Rider is I grew up in a town called Covina, California, and Covina is where I grew up, and I remember they were at a flower shop, the local flower shop down the road. They were filming a show, a movie, and they were filming Knight Rider. And I saw him, I was behind the scenes, like watching, and I was thinking, man, I would love to be an actor. You know, I saw him over there and I saw the lights, and that's what kind of influenced me, believe it or not, to become an actor. That, and my mom and dad always told me, you're acting up. And I was like, yeah, right there, I'm an actor, you see that? Anyway, welcome today. And I know it's day 4, you guys have been champions. Some of you guys that had the 4-day pass, raise your hand if you had the 4-day pass. Woo. All right, well, I've been here 4 days, from 4th of July to now, about to hit South Beach and lay out in the water and see if the Dragon Zord comes out of the ocean. Unfortunately, he doesn't. He's there somewhere. He's there with the Titanic. I know he's there.
Guys, if you've got questions, just line up right here, and Jason David Frank will answer them.
So come on down. Yeah. The next question on the Power Ranger Q&A is right.
I hate to gamble with some dreams here, but can you really play the flute?
Can I play the flute? You know what, man? I don't play the flute often, but when I do, I call the Dragon Zord. Hey, when I was in Israel, I had to wear one, a Power Ranger one. I don't know if you ever seen that, but I wore a Power Ranger one in Israel. I did stuff like called Tubin Swab, which plant the tree, and stuff like that. I had to do, anybody speak Hebrew? I did a commercial. They said, hey, I wing everything. I don't plan nothing. I just come out and do it, teach and do all. They said, hey, you're gonna do a commercial. I'm like, that's fine, man. I'll just do a commercial right now. What do you want me to do? It's easy. They said, you got 10 minutes to do this commercial. I'm like, cool. They're like in Hebrew. And I was like, what? So I had to spell cue cards. I don't know if this is right, but I said, Ani Tami, Harenja Haravan, Atem Safim, Arutz Hayaradim, Arutz Shesh, Arutz Hayaradim. I had to say that. Was it all right? What did I say? My name's Jason and I'm an idiot or something? No, it says watch me on channel White Ranger. Yeah, see that, man? Boom! And then la mama. I learned bad words, but I'm not gonna say it. I did hear lactism, whatever. La mama, lactism, whatever. All right, yes.
Hi, Jason.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How does it feel to have inspired 2, possibly even 3 generations?
I'm gonna tell you. Generations, how does it feel to be an inspiration to so many generations? All right, this is when it hit me. Mom came in and said, oh man, we love Power Rangers. I spent so much money on toys. And then the daughter was like, oh, I loved you. She was like 26. And then the little kid's like, mommy. And it was like, mommy, mommy, mommy. I was like, what? Loved you on Dino Thunder. So it was like 3 generations. When I feel the 4th generation, I'll be old. And you know you're old when they're selling on Time Life. I don't know if y'all remember the Time Life stuff, but it's like I'm on Time Life now. It's like, what? Anyway, but it feels good, man, to be an inspiration to so many people and continue to be a hero. I think the Green Ranger's become some world icon, and we're working on it with Saban, doing like a darker Green Ranger movie for this audience group. And I think, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I think it's awesome. I think the Green Ranger can hold itself like Wolverine holds himself in the X-Men. It could definitely be their own brand and franchise and stuff, so I'm excited about it.
How's it going?
Good, buddy.
I know nobody can ever like anticipate, this kind of stuff, but when you got the gig and first started on Power Rangers and everything, did you have like any idea how big like this was or was gonna be, or did you ever expect any of this 20 years later?
Not 20 years later, man, but I'm gonna tell you, I've always embraced, if you watch some of the behind the scene footage, I wasn't being mean to the guys when I was like, green, 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 right? I was pumping up the character, and 20 years later, it's bigger now because you guys are bigger. And now, as little kids, being like, hey, I'd go to the post office, mom and dads don't know me, and the little kids were drawn to me, and the mom and dad's like, get away from that guy. What's wrong with you? Why are you talking to my son? No, I just, yeah, never mind. Stay away from strangers, kid. So now you're all older now, and you guys can express yourself, and it's bigger now than it's ever been. I went to New York Comic-Con, huge line, 6-7 hour wait, and me and Tammy were walking in, my wife, and she was not used to it, and they're like, hey, I felt like Justin Bieber for a second, right? And taking pictures, I'm like, wow, the age group is really older now, and you guys support the franchise, but without you guys, I wouldn't be here. None of us would be here. That's why I did Megaforce for you guys. I didn't do a Super Megaforce. I jumped back in suits for you guys. And, when the deal came, I said, I don't care, man. I don't care. You just pay me $1. I'm not here for the money. I'm not doing this. I'm doing it because I'm passionate. And, and I really do. I'm traveling everywhere. Watch my Facebook page. I'll have a video out already by the time you guys are coherent the next day. That video will be dropped. But I'm really social, I'm really interactive with my fans, because you know what I love to hear? People come up and they're like, yeah, I know you heard this a lot, man, but I'm your #1 fan and you changed my life. And it's like, I can't hear that enough. It's never old to hear that. I mean, so many people I've changed lives. The show has changed lives. I have people says they grew up with a dad or a mom, and they would watch the show to get away from, what they're going through, and it's helped them out. So I'm just happy, just like you guys are, to inspire so many people, and I will continue, till the day I die, to be a hero for everybody. So, and I hope that's a very long time. Stan Lee's like 90, still signing autographs. He's so nice with his fans. I love Stan. He's an awesome guy. He came to my booth the other day, and he said, this is the man right here. And I was trying to play it off because I'm a huge, X-Men fan, and he's a legend. I was like, thank you, buddy, thank you. And then he left, and I was like, I made sure he left, though, and I was like, dude, someone tell me they got a video of that? You gotta play it cool. I just turned fanboy a little bit, and I see Stan everywhere, so it's just awesome. But it's good to be a superhero.
I was at the Q&A with Walter and David yesterday.
Yeah.
And David mentioned that you were kind of the prankster on set. And I want to know if you have any good stories or pranks.
I've got a lot of good stories. Hey, Tony, we'll film the crowd so they can see them on Facebook, you know? When the camera comes, you just look your best. Don't be like this. You gotta be like this. You know when they do workout videos, it's like, they hate it because the camera passes and they're like, camera comes, huh, you too can do this. Bull. It's not as easy as it looks, pal. Anyway, pranks. Yeah, I pulled a lot of pranks. I can't even remember some, you know, so yeah, you guys have played up for the cameras. Woo! So I played a lot of pranks. I don't remember some of the stories. I do, I've played a lot. I was telling everybody yesterday about the scuba diving, and I thought that was funny because Dave was there. We entered like this canal, right, where we were going in Australia. We were filming the movie, and we're supposed to scuba dive in the canal and swim out to the ocean and scuba dive. Of course, I had a master's license, ooh, and I was scuba diving with Lord Zed, who's Ed, which we got along great. He's wild just like me, so we decided to go night scuba diving. And you know, Dave was like, all right, well, I'll watch y'all, and you know, I'll be there. And so we go in, and I'm like, you know, under the water, like, shh, shh, and I'm counting sandbars like I know what I'm doing. I'm just like, shh, shh, shh. And I'm swimming, and I'm like, oh man, we're way out there. Like I'm gonna get eaten by a shark, and we're gonna have to swim back. And so anyway, I'm, you know, swimming and doing all this stuff, and I'm like, let's level off. I'm like calling it off. Pop my head up, and I was still in the darn canal. And Dave looked at me, he goes, dude, you guys have been swimming in circles for an hour. I was like, what? It was the funniest thing, because, you know, I'm like, and he's like, there's so much for your master scuba diver license. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. The sandbars rippling the wrong, you know, tried making it up, but that was funny. Yes, how are you doing today?
This probably won't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. This probably won't make a lot of sense.
CM Punk beanie?
Yeah.
Where's CM Punk?
I just have to ask, are you ever gonna fight him?
I'd like to fight CM Punk, but in a nice way. I don't mean no disrespect. CM Punk said in the Q&A that he will fight me, and you gotta be really careful in the MMA world. You can't say that if you don't mean it. Now, maybe his contracts or something like that, but he's a super nice guy. I saw him at Wizard World and came up, gave me a hug, and I didn't recognize him because he's got like the lamb chops. And last time I said, yeah, and so I talked to him. He's a little injured right now. I talked to him about training. I just think it'll be a great thing. Just like with Van Damme or other celebrities, I just say it'd be awesome to do like a Muay Thai or an MMA celebrity fight, to pump it up. In fact, I would like to even wrestle one match with the guy, even if it was WWE, whatever it was. I think it would be awesome. I got the fans to drive it, right? Yeah! So it'd be awesome. Come out and be like, yo, snap, come on.
First off, I want to say thanks for making my art childhoods awesome.
Thank you.
And I have two questions. One of them is kind of a favor. The first question, if you were to come back to Power Rangers as a new color, which color would you aim for?
Dude, I did come back and I said green. And wanted to jump in the old school green suit and, you know, probably the white too. So, you know, I mean, only pink on weekends, but that's very rare. That's like, you know, it used to be, but, you know, I kind of outgrew that now. Just from 12 to 2 a.m. on Friday on the, okay.
And as a favor, when I say it's Morphin time, could you say Dragon Zord?
Sure.
All right. It's Morphin time.
Dragon Zord! Hey, me and my daughter practice the evil laugh. Where is Jenna? She's not here? Thanks. She's in another Q&A. It's like, me and her were like, me and her practice at nighttime, and she's like, I think I got you, Daddy, and blah, blah, blah. So anyway.
It was good, man. First of all, like the guy said before, thanks for, you know, being there when I was like 3 and stuff, watching you. I just want to know, how are you planning to move forward with your MMA career? Like,
I want to, man. Like I was a little. I'm gonna take an Instagram picture as we talk. An Instagram. I was a little upset with Silva. You know, I'm a big fan of his, and he's been a champion for like 2,400 and something days, and whoever else is counting. You know, showboating around and. Instagram, JDFFFN, if you have it, I'll Instagram it now. But I'd love to fight. You know, a lot of my friends now that I spar with are in the UFC, and You know, it's just one of those things where, you know, I wanted to. All right. Thank you. It's I would probably do the same thing, man. Because really, what's gonna happen? No one's gonna say nothing. Anyway, can't get the capital A. I would definitely like to fight. I've just been, you know, touring around and meeting everybody and doing films, and it's trying to fit everything in my schedule, my personal life. But I just love punching people in the face, and you know, without getting in trouble. Only 2 places you can, you know, really do it where you can hit someone in the face and not get in trouble. That's, of course, the MMA cage or Jerry Springer, and unfortunately he's not around no more. Jerry, you can punch people in the face there. But anyway, I'd like to get back into it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, I just really wanted to know, what's the coolest item you've ever borrowed from a set?
Oh, borrowed.
Maybe indefinitely.
All right, well, I did have the original Green Ranger suit, all right? So what, we had a meeting the next day. They're like, we need to talk, man. And so I was like, everybody, and they're like, Green Ranger suit's gone. And of course I was like, what? Are you kidding me? What the, dude, who would do that, dude? What the heck, man? What are we gonna do now? Make another, oh my God. But yeah, I got that. Black Dino suit was kind of hard getting it from set, so what I did is I just put my regular clothes over my suit, and it did have a couple squeaking things, so I came into the shuttle van and with all the other actors, and of course I was walking like this, you know, and then I was like, oh man, I gotta sit down, and everything was tight, and there, you know, of course, then everyone wants to talk, how's your day? I'm thinking, oh man, they're looking at me. It's good, man, it's good, you know, and so I got that one. That was pretty awesome. So. You know, when you guys drink and hide it from your mom or dad or someone, you're gonna be like, oh man, they're looking. They so know. They so know what I'm up to. Anyway, nobody knew, well, except now.
I'm gonna keep this as short as I can.
Okay.
First off, you are my hero. You hear that all the time, probably.
Thank you, that's good though, man, I love it.
Second one, you probably don't hear as often, and this is kind of hard to say.
Hey Tammy, where are you going? Everybody wants to meet you. Tammy Frank, everybody. She just fought in Thailand. She won her first round. And I introduced you because she hates it. Watch, do a kick. It doesn't matter if you're in a dress, you just kick and hold. All right, yes.
Like I said, this is kind of hard to say, but you literally saved my life. When I was younger, my dad passed away, and at the time you were the Red Sea Ranger, and you had you guys looked a lot alike. Well, not facial, but in build and long hair and everything.
Oh, my brother? Or who? Because you know my brother, my brother played CO. My brother played and he passed away too, so.
But you kept me tethered here because of that, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I heard that a lot today, that I was like a father figure to a lot of people, man. It means a lot, because I always loved kids, and I still do. I work with them. I just got a special connection with kids. But now the thing is, you're all grown up, and I still think you're all kind of kids. You know what I mean? I mean, that's why I kind of keep my Q&A clean. I don't cuss. I don't do stuff. Now, at home, maybe, my wife's like, why don't you act like you are in Q&A? I'm like, what the beep? I should beep. But as far as being in public, you know, I appreciate that, man, so thank you. What's your shirt say? Big butts? You know what it reminds me of? I like big butts and I cannot lie.